everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yvonne,
Morning, people.
Oh,
Morning.
good morning.
Gary.
Hi, Eleanor. All right. And there's Royce with not a second to spare. Come on, Royce. You can do
Yeah,
better.
I love coming early.
Okay, and I'm missing John. Oh, here's Jonathan, too. All right. I'm glad you're all here. Hey, Jonathan. I don't see you. Okay. Let's start by saying good morning. And I'm going to start with my squares here. Devin, I wonder if we can hear your voice today.
Good morning.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah. And we got Tyler. Tyler. There you go.
Okay.
Eleanor. Say good morning.
Good morning, everybody.
Sousa.
Yvonne.
Hold on. We're saying good morning. Okay. Whose turn? Can you hear us?
Good morning, everybody.
Stefan.
Good morning.
Natasha.
Good morning, everyone.
Sam. Sam, are you froze? Can you hear me, Sam? You have to unmute. Sam, are you there? Gotta unmute, Sam.
Yeah.
All right, Sam's having technical difficulties again. Andrew.
Good morning.
Glad.
Buenos dias.
There we go. Your picture,
Good morning, everybody.
the picture's
There
all
we go.
changed. What happened? Where'd Glad go? Oh, you're down there at the bottom now. Okay.
What do you mean? I'm right here. You don't have this high.
Oh, there he is.
That's
Hold
because
on. Okay. Shh. Go ahead, Glad.
Jerry, you didn't put me on. You didn't put all of us in the tiles, huh? You just did it normally, where it's like, oh, one person talks, and then it's their video that takes priority, and then the other person is put on the bottom.
Well, so far, nothing else switched except for you. But say good morning, Glad,
Good morning, Sherry,
and everyone.
and everyone, of course.
Thank you. Good morning. All right, Jordan.
Good
Our
morning.
besties.
Hey, Nathan.
Good morning, everyone.
John.
Good morning.
Royce.
Good morning.
And Jonathan.
Good morning.
Good morning. All right. Well, I'm really glad everyone could get in today because we learned, remember yesterday, that if you don't have San Juan, you might not be able to get in, but everyone did.
That's
And
funny. I was still able to.
And then Tyler did something. Tyler, you're trying to help people that have San Juan get in. Did anyone see that video this morning?
Yes. Yvonne sent it to me.
I could not open it myself, but you were able to open it, and was it helpful?
Yeah. It took a minute to load, so maybe that's the issue. It was helpful. I tested it out, but it wouldn't let me log in. So, and it said domain does not exist. So, I'm not sure.
Anybody else look at that this morning?
Sue said that she didn't get hers to open.
Yeah, I didn't get mine to open either, Tyler. Is there a way of sending it in a different format? Okay. All right, so maybe that'll be. Okay. So, anybody have anything they need to talk about before we get started? No? Silence. If Clad can't think of something, yes, Clad.
Yeah, I thought something. Has anyone tried to go outside lately?
Nope.
Oh, it's too
Yeah.
smoky out there.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what I thought.
something.
It's bad.
Yeah, it's
I should
just
try
like
to
the Twilight
stay.
Zone.
Yeah, try and stay in as much as you can right now. This is
Yeah,
just
that's what I
nasty.
thought.
I kept
I
my
felt-
kids home today.
It's like the Twilight Zone a little bit out there.
Jerry,
Any
Red
of you are,
sun, yellow sky.
yeah, it's awful. I don't know if any of you have ever watched the Brady Bunch because you're so much younger, but that's what reminds me of all these squares, especially when Clab was looking up there like he's looking to everyone else. It's funny. All right, well, I was going to start off by finishing our soft skills quiz. Who's got all the background? Maybe we mute until we're talking.
Somebody has a TV
Put the
on or
TV
something.
on. We can't have TVs on when we're doing this. Okay? Awesome. All right. So I'm going to start with number 4. We asked 3 questions yesterday. So the first question today is, a less talented coworker is promoted to a position that you hope to get. Do you A, start looking for another job? It's obvious that you're not appreciated. B, make life difficult for your coworker. C, ask the manager how you could be a stronger candidate next time. Or D, pout and hope someone notices your hurt feelings. Go ahead, Nathan.
I would say C, because even though when they are less talented, that doesn't give you the right to make their be disrespectful to them.
Good. I like that. Anybody else want to answer on this question? Natasha?
I would say C because you have to help each other out.
Okay. And that's
If I
a
may.
good way to ask, right? What can I do
Yeah.
so that I could get promoted next time? Stefan, you had your hand up.
If I may, I will like to go with C as well because there's no point pouting about it, especially just to see if you can improve and stuff.
That is
Yeah.
such a great
Yeah.
answer. Awesome, Stefan. Clad.
I would also recommend C because I feel like every other answer that is available would possibly be bad or not really the most optimal solution for this situation.
Okay. Does anyone say anything other than C? All right. Moving on to number 5. Your pay raise was much less than expected this year. Do you A, take a few extra sick days to even the score? B, ask your coworker how much they got to see if yours was fair? C, go to your boss's boss with your disappointment? Or D, ask your boss what actions would warrant a reassessment in 6 months? Let's see. All right, I'm seeing my same hands. I need to hear other people too. Okay, Devin, go ahead. Ah, darn it. We had you for a second, Devin. I can't hear you.
Oh. I'm sorry, Sherry. I can hear you.
Okay, so go ahead and answer.
I would go with C.
You would go to your boss's boss because you're disappointed?
Help him. Help us figure it out. Oh.
So is that what you're saying? You go to your boss's boss with your disappointment?
Yeah.
I know this is harder, guys, without printouts. Let me tell you one thing. Yesterday, I printed an entire ream of paper. And I even had to use a little bit of gold paper because I ran out. So tomorrow, you will have a stack of papers in front of you when we do these things.
Can you get us a gold paper too?
There's a little bit of gold paper, just a little bit. But I mean, seriously, 500 sheets plus that I printed yesterday for work for you. Okay,
That seems like a lot.
it's a lot. Who else has comments on our question? Natasha, go ahead.
I was thinking the last one.
The last one, you'd ask your boss what actions would warrant a reassessment in 6 months. Good answer.
Yeah.
Okay, I see Stefan.
I would also say the last one seems like the most appropriate thing to do.
Okay. I saw Nathan's hand.
I would go with the last one because even though when you have a smaller pay than the others, it could be I don't know, but I would go with the last one. I just totally lost my train of thought, but I'll go with the last one.
Okay. Anybody else?
Well, I was going to say that you would never want to go over your boss's head to her boss.
Not at
Like,
first, right? You always want to
Yeah.
go back first.
That's not never a good idea.
Okay, Royce, I see your hand.
Yeah, I would choose D.
You would go to your boss's boss for your appointment?
I said D.
Oh, D. I'm so sorry. Okay, thank you. Anybody else want to comment on this one? I see Clad. Go ahead, Clad.
I would also pick D. Well, only just so that way it seems like that would be the best way to improve as a worker.
Exactly. D is the answer. Tyler, did you want to say something? You got to unmute. Right. I mean, so you're not going in there like all mad or sad or disappointed. You're just going in there honestly saying, what can I do so I can do better? Right. So I can get a bigger raise next time, but maybe not exactly in those words. All right. Anybody else want to comment? We're going to move on to the next one. Moving on. And remember, this is just like yesterday. I'm expecting 3 answers each. Okay. Short of that, you will get docked for your scores. Okay? So I love that I have all these students that want to answer things, but I also have some of you that don't answer anything, and that's not okay. All right? So number 6, you made a mistake that will cost the company a lot of money. Do you A, tell your boss immediately and ask for advice on minimizing the damage? B, resign as quickly as possible. That means quit. C, try to cover up the error, hoping nobody finds out. Or D, blame others for their part so you don't have to take the heat alone. I see Jordan's hand. Unmute.
I would do tell your boss immediately and ask for advice, because if it's like glass or something, you need to tell your boss and ask for advice. Because you don't want customers stepping on the glass or something.
Okay, good. So I see all my regular hands. I'm looking for some less regular hands here. Andrew, I haven't heard from you much today.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's that background noise going on.
Okay, so what's your answer?
I would say just to tell your boss. Just ask your boss on how to lower the risk of the
minimizing the damage. That's how they
Thank you. I was close.
And this will be a lot easier going forward, right? When you have the paper in front of you and we're doing it, because sometimes, I'm reading off 4 kind of long answers, so I know this is a little bit difficult. All right. Eleanor, do you have a comment?
Where's Ron?
Okay, Eleanor, I need you to pay a little more attention, okay?
Okay.
Okay? This isn't a game, this class. Go ahead, Royce.
I would say A. I mean, I owe to my mistakes. I can't just run away from my problem forever.
Okay, good answer, Royce. Class?
A, because why wouldn't I go to my boss for advice? It seems like the best option overall.
Yeah, you kind of have
Also
to...
because they can also help with improving my work.
Exactly. What a double good answer. Eleanor, I see your hand. Let's try again.
B.
B, are you just guessing? So you're going to quit your job as quickly as possible?
Okay.
No.
No.
You don't want to just quit your job, right? You want to keep your job. Okay, let's see. Okay, Andrew, I want you to stop using this so much as a personal chat. Okay?
Okay.
You should have, I mean, all these highs and stuff, I mean, it takes my eyes away from the students every time. Okay? You should have what you want with you when your class starts. For this last time, you can go refill your water, but going forward, you do it before 9 or you do it at 10:20, okay?
Got it.
You can go do that right now. Stefan, you have your hand up?
Yes.
Go ahead.
I would say A as well because, you know, it's important to tell your boss when you've done something. There's no point in lying because if you lie and they find out, it's just going to make things worse for you. So I don't like lying myself, so there's no point in lying to someone. It's better just to be honest about it. Even if you get in trouble, I think they'll appreciate your honesty.
As long as it doesn't happen too much, right? If it happens all the time, then we have a situation. Natasha?
I would say A because you have to be honest. You can't lie to anybody, to the boss or anything.
Okay. Eleanor, I saw your hand again. Did you want to try again?
Yes.
Okay. There you go. Now you're paying attention. Good job. Okay. I'm so sorry if I'm looking a little distracted. My son is performing in front of me.
What is it?
He's dancing. He's happy, clapping. He's doing anything he can to get my attention right now.
Sherry?
Yes. Clap.
Does it take requests?
Does he take requests?
Yes.
He probably would. He loves
Tell him to do the Egyptian dance.
I don't know if he knows the Egyptian dance. But every time someone else is dancing, he does try to copy their moves. Sam, I see your hand up. Gotta unmute you. Let's see if this will work. Can we hear you, Sam?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
They're not back.
I'll go with A, try to crawl on my own first to see if I can get it. If not, then I'll go see about if someone can help me fix it or not.
Okay. You know, that wasn't super clear, but it was clear enough that I can hear your answer. Good job. Are we ready to move on to the next one?
Yeah.
I'm ready.
I think we're ready.
Nathan, you have something?
I just want to say you would want to go with A because one, like everybody said, there's no point in lying. But number two, it also shows the boss that you are truthful, but you are also a hard worker. So, and then you learn from your mistakes and you own up to your mistakes, like Royce said, because even though when you aren't a really hard worker, it also shows that you are willing to be a good worker, and the fact of that you do not pretty much you're a team player.
Good. Okay, hold on. Give me a second with my son here. Tony, I cannot help you with that right now. You have to wait till I'm done. Okay? In 1 hour, well, less than 1 hour, I can help you. Okay? I can't do it right now. Just go play in your room for a little bit. All right? It's okay. I'll be with you soon. Sorry, guys.
It's okay.
I have a question.
Yes.
Actually, never mind. It's probably not important.
Okay. All right. So the last one on this one says, a coworker often gossips about management, and it's hard not to listen. Do you A, listen eagerly but never repeat what you hear? B, tell her what you think of her lack of loyalty? C, let your boss know she is gossiping? Or D, tell her you are not interested and change the subject quickly? Okay.
Oh, that's a hard one.
Hold on, guys. Hold on, Jordan.
Easy question.
I would do the one where
Go ahead, Jordan.
I would do the one where you tell the person you're not interested in hearing what they're gossiping about the management, because gossip at any job is not good.
Yes, Jordan, and you and I will be having a little phone call about gossip today. Okay?
Uh-oh.
All right. So, Andrew, we're not doing the uh-ohs, right? Correct? All right. Thank you. All right, Stefan.
I say D as well. I don't like gossip or anything. It annoys me, and I try not to get into it. Even though people try to get me into it, I just don't do it. Go about my business.
Yeah, it's not professional, and it can really hurt you.
Not just me, at least.
With your team, right? Okay, who else wants to comment? Let's see. I see Tyler up top. Yeah, it's a trap you really got to try not to fall into because it can be tempting. Go ahead, Devin.
The answer is D.
Okay. Do you have a reason for that?
Because I can't think of one good reason.
You can't think you can?
No.
You can't think of one good reason why you shouldn't gossip at work. Can anybody help coming out there? Go ahead, Nathan.
Wouldn't want to gossip about anybody because even though when they, like, the reason why you don't want to gossip about anybody is because you are a team and your coworkers are a team, and even though when they're being gossiped about, it's not right and it's not polite, kind of thing.
And this was gossiping about your boss, right? The management. So what happens when management hears about it?
You will get in big trouble, definitely.
You're not
do
going to
want to be part of that.
Okay. Good answer. Natasha?
I was going to go with the one where you just change the subject.
That is definitely the most professional way to go. Anyone else? Any more hands I'm seeing here? I see John's hand.
Remember, if you gossip, it's going to go back around to your boss, right? Like word travels by mouth, so your boss will find out somehow.
Kind of like what I tell you all, right? I find out more than you would think. And in our classroom, if we were there, you end up getting called to the office. And I know Roy's particular. Do you like getting called into the office?
No.
It's not, and I tell him sometimes, I'm like, you're not always in trouble if you come in the office, right? I have a lot of other things to talk to you about. But I do see that most students do not like it when I say, can you please step into the office? So,
it's tradition.
Oh, my son. Okay, thank you, babe. You just leave him right here.
Normally because they're either going to get fired or yelled at, I'm guessing.
Yeah, or strikes or write-ups, displeasure in your boss, right? Anybody else want to comment on this? Jonathan, I've heard nothing from you yet. Do you think gossiping is a good idea?
No.
That means talking bad about other people?
No.
Do you do that?
No.
Good. Okay. Eleanor, do you think is it okay to talk about other people kind of behind their back?
No.
No, that's not a professional thing, right? Natasha has something?
I would say when you're talking behind someone's back, it causes a lot of stress for them, and they don't like that, and they'll stress out about it, and it makes when they're trying to work on something, it makes them more stressed out for their job.
And it makes for an uncomfortable workplace, right?
Yeah, it does.
A lot of time at work, so you really want to be comfortable and know how to be able to work well with others, right?
It also makes tension
It
between
does.
two people.
It does. I mean, even the person listening, I mean, some people just feed right into it and they love it and they thrive on it, right? But if you're trying to be professional, it puts you kind of in a spot. Anyone else have comments on this? Go ahead, Clad.
I would pick C or B. Or well, C or D, I mean.
You let your boss know she is gossiping?
Yeah. I wouldn't let that happen.
So, but there's something to be said about that. It's called going to the level first. So usually it's always best to at least try to talk with that person, right? And if you can't get it resolved, then you go up the next level, right? So the most professional thing is to try to just let this person know that I don't gossip, so please don't try to draw me in, right? But if you do that and they're still trying to draw you in, then yes, you will go to your boss. Okay? Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Because you don't want to be a tattletale much more than you want to be a gossiper. But if you cannot handle it on your own, then yeah, you will go to your boss then. Okay? Anybody else?
All right.
We're good? All right. Moving on. That page is done.
How many pages do we have?
You have until 9:20. That's how many pages you have.
Oh. Wait, what do you mean? It's already past 9:20?
I mean, sorry, 10:20. Sorry. But you will do a small group thing in a little bit, okay?
This will be worth it.
So now we're going to talk about what is attitude. Anybody have any? Do you want me to tell you what I have here, or do you want to kind of tell me what you think attitude is first? Go ahead, Nathan.
I would say attitude is not only how you respond to your boss, but your coworkers and everybody else, because a good attitude equalizes a good employee. The reason why that is because why would you want to go to a person who looks grumpy and doesn't really want to help you, kind of thing. But a good attitude gives off that good vibe of, hey, I'm here and I'm willing to help you, kind of thing.
That is such an amazing answer because it's true. A good attitude will take you very far in life. Okay? Who else wants to talk about what is attitude? I see Natasha.
Just to be positive and don't always let things pull you down. Because if you're being negative on here, people aren't going to come on here and they go, why is this person negative? Why am I here?
Kind of rubs
Why
off.
should I come? Why is it's everything? It's just everything when you're just having your attitude like anyway, or just it's how you act. It'll rub off on anybody. That's how it is. Just
True. Okay, Stefan.
It's to be positive and nice in general. You have to stay determined to be positive.
Good. Great answer. Eleanor, did you have something to say? Eleanor,
Yeah.
did you have an answer?
I would go for the answer. It is A.
I didn't give you a question yet, my dear. Anybody else?
Sorry.
You're okay.
Sorry.
And you want to say anything?
Not really.
Okay. Anybody else? All right, Clad.
I think having attitude is a way of showing what you are and what you can be, but also what you don't want to be.
Okay.
There are both sides that you also want to see and that you don't want to see, but people can also thrive off those in good ways or bad ways.
Off of good or bad attitudes.
Mm-hmm.
Which one? Both?
Huh?
People can thrive off of attitude.
Well, they can't thrive off of it, but it'll rub off on them.
Okay. Affect the person you're
Yeah, they do.
Sorry, I got a lot of lost and I got a little tongue tied there. Okay. Anyway.
Yeah, it's okay. I had a little tongue twister too.
Poor Yvonne, she says she's having a hard time. She keeps getting kicked out.
I saw in the chat earlier.
And I can't unmute you. It says unmute. Can you unmute, Yvonne? It says ask to unmute. Can't seem to.
Did I try restarting her computer?
Okay. All right. So what I have here on attitude, it says attitude is how you think. Attitude is how you feel. And attitude is what you believe. Okay? So next sheet, a positive attitude. If you have a positive attitude, it means you have an optimistic outlook on life. Okay, who's making the noises? Whew. Okay, is that you see the bright side of things. You smile more often. You don't give up easily, and you see the glass as half full instead of half empty. Would anyone like to comment on that? I see Clad. Go ahead, Clad.
Yes. Yes, you do. Those are all the good qualities that a good person should have.
Okay.
I agree.
I see Natasha.
You have to be positive because I do actually think that's a good idea to do because when you're, like I said before, it makes you look good. You have a good perspective. And if you don't, it just doesn't look nice.
It makes you feel better too, doesn't it?
Yeah, it makes you feel better.
It's hard to walk around with a frown on your face all day. Nathan?
Going off of what Natasha and Clad said too, but also it also like has a good vibe, but also shows what kind of employee you are to your boss or your manager, and that this person like not necessarily deserves a raise, but what we're capable of and what we can become, and that we can be a great employee.
You all act like you've been here a while. Got some good answers. Anybody else? I see no more hands. I'm scanning the page. All right, now we're going to talk about a negative attitude. So it says, if you have a negative attitude, you find something bad about people or situations. You feel others are against you. You find that you're often complaining to other people. You sometimes just can't see the point, and you see the glass is half empty. So it's same glass, different attitude. Natasha, I see your hand.
When you're negative and it makes you want to give up and you have no motivation to do anything, or the tasks that are given to you, or what you have to do when you go to your job. And that makes the boss think you're not a good employee.
Good. Clad?
Having a negative attitude just feels awful.
It does. I've been talking to someone recently who has a very negative attitude, and he says he just doesn't ever even want to get out of bed in the morning. He's depressed when he wakes up, but he's out there looking for a job. And if you carry that negative weight all of the time, I mean, what are you going to bring into your interview?
They're gonna bring a lot of bad vibes.
Yeah, and that's not the best way to
A lot of depressing vibes, and you're gonna bring the whole mood down.
You seen those shirts or posters or a lot of good vibes only? That's what we like here.
I've seen
good
those.
Vibes only. Yeah. Anybody else want to say anything? Andrew?
For me, I'm trying to think. Darn, I just forgot what I was going to say.
We can come back.
Yeah, go ahead and come back to me.
Hey, Jordan, what do you think about having a negative attitude? Can you?
Good.
What's that?
I said it's not good.
Is that a new shirt you're wearing?
Yeah, I got a whole new yesterday professional outfit.
You showing us?
Yeah.
Very nice indeed.
And very
picked it out.
Hawaiian.
Well, she picked it out, but I helped her.
Good. You look very professional.
Jerry, I told John yesterday when we were shopping, I told him whenever I go shopping for professional gold, I always think what you're gonna say. What you're gonna say about the outfit. If you're gonna be like, nope, not professional, no.
And you know, I like that, Jordan. I like that I have some weight with your decisions. I have a feeling later in life you might even think that when we're not together anymore. And I hope you do, because that means some of these good lessons, you know, we carried on. Go ahead, Nathan.
I was gonna say that having a bad vibe or bad attitude not only reflects what like it. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, it kind of, like I said before, it kind of comes off of the customer, as in like you're being made to work, as like you don't enjoy it. But in general, I feel like having a bad attitude in general, you're kind of not gonna get anywhere, because I mean, who would want an employee that always has a bad attitude, kind of thing?
Yeah. How many people are drawn to bad attitudes?
Nobody.
Versus how many people are drawn to a good attitude, right?
No thanks.
If
Ain't
I'm
got time
being
for bad
honest,
attitudes.
Yeah, life is short.
I'm doing.
Sam, do you have anything to say? Let's see. Can you unmute?
What?
About negative.
I was thinking about that question. I was sitting here and thinking. I was gonna say that if you don't have a good attitude, it's easy around inspire you. If you don't have a positive attitude, they will say something to you, because I work with somebody who has like bad attitude with me. I was like, if you have a bad attitude, I'm not gonna work with you. I'm sorry.
Hey, Sam, you're still so hard to understand. If you'd like to text it, you can text it. But I also wanted to say, like you're starting your brand new job in customer service, right? So if the guest comes up and you're like, good afternoon, how are you? Can I take your order, right? They enjoy that. But if you're like, yeah, what do you want? Not the same experience, right? Okay. Anybody else want to say anything on this one?
Yeah.
Okay. So next up is, what is behavior? Who wants to tell me what they think behavior is? Natasha.
You have to behave correctly when you're working in the workforce, I think.
Okay. And then Andrew, I saw your hand.
So for behavior,
yes,
is always to have a good attitude. And I mean, if you're on a job, it's like if someone enters a workplace, like a customer or something like that, you always have to, like, if you're in a really good mood, then you always could say good morning or something like that. Depends on if it is morning or not.
Or good afternoon, right?
Yeah. Or good evening.
Just say good day.
Right, welcoming. Okay, I see Nathan's hand.
It is good. Like, it's good to have like a person, like, since like, basically when it comes to behavior, you want to be able to tell the line in between appropriate and inappropriate. Like, it's okay to have like joke around a little bit, but it's important to know where that line is. Kind of think the reason why that is because basically, bottom line, you want to look professional, but you also want to be a happy camper and have a good attitude, not a bad attitude.
Okay,
because
good.
with behavior comes good vibe, and inappropriate behavior comes bad vibe. That's kind of how my dad explained it to me, because he's my secret. Because he's been a manager, and he's been a manager for a grocery store for about 30 years. So every answer I get,
So he knows a lot about customer service. All right, Jordan, you had your hand, and then we're gonna have to move on because I wanted us to be in groups by now.
I was going to say, on that with the behavior, you want to look good at a job when customers come in. You don't want to be just doing whatever you want when a customer comes in. Because if you do whatever you want when a customer comes in, they're gonna think, oh, this place just lets the people do whatever they want. And so you want to look good and not make people think, oh, you just let them do whatever they want.
Okay, these are good answers, and we might not get to our teams until tomorrow, but that's okay, because I have a little bit more I want to talk about on this page, and then Sue just reminded me that we need to talk about VOCFIT, okay? So I'm just going to finish what I have written here on behavior, and then we're going to switch over to this, something we need to talk about for an assessment, okay? And we'll do this team thing tomorrow. Thank you, Sue. All right. So what I have here, it says behavior is what you say and what you do. It's how you react in different situations. Behavior varies from person to person. Behavior can be appropriate or inappropriate. And I love this one right here. The difference between attitude and behavior is attitude is what you think and behavior is what you do. I really liked that line. All right. Sue, can you come on and talk? Let's see if we can hear you. Let's give it a shot, Sue.
Miss Sherry, do you mind if I go?
Hold on, Stefan. We'll get your question in a bit. Okay, you can type it in. Go ahead, Sue.
All right, testing. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, it's not too good.
No?
No. All right. So we do this assessment. You're going to get more assessments tomorrow, too. We do a lot of career assessments here. So this one is called VOCFIT. And Sue is going to come to each of you individually on Zoom. I don't know, within the next, now through next week, probably. And the couple of questions, she's trying to set this up. She has to know, so Sue, is what kind of job they would like to have? Is that right? There's 2 things she needed. Go ahead and go to the bathroom, Stefan. Sorry. Go ahead.
It'll just be quick.
Okay. So, Sue, you froze. Can you type it to me? From Sue, okay. So this is what we're looking at. Your desired employment setting, like where you want to work and what kind of hours that you would like to work. Okay? So let's start with Natasha.
Where I want to work, I think I said Petco or PetSmart.
Do you like to work at PetSmart or Petco? And what kind of hours would you be interested in working?
Probably from 5.
You want to work evenings?
Yeah, morning through evenings.
Okay, so open to close, basically, you'd be available?
Yeah.
I'll tell you, that's the best thing to put. If you can do it, you want to be as available as you can, right? So if you say I'm available from open to close, that looks like a lot better hire than someone says, well, I don't want to work on Tuesdays because I hang out with my friends, and I really don't like working weekends, and I don't like to get up early in the morning, so maybe if I could start working at 10 o'clock, maybe till 2 o'clock, right? You're really limiting your options for your boss because they're going to want someone that is available often.
24/7.
Right? So you're saying you'd be willing to work open to close?
Yeah.
And would you be willing to work weekends?
I could.
Okay. So different things, particularly when you're looking at things like retail and hospitality, right? People go to those places more when they're not working. So a lot more people work a day job. So a lot of times they do their shopping in the evenings and on the weekends, right? Then it doesn't mean our ultimate dream job. It means what are we willing to start with? Okay? So about how many hours a week do you think you'd like to work, Natasha?
I'm just trying to think right now because I'm.
So full time is 40 hours. That means basically, usually it's about 8 hours a day, 5 days a week.
Well, I'll just pick full time.
Full time, okay. All right, Clad.
No, I just muted because I thought you were going to go someone else. I was ready to wait.
I always write my list by who is on here first in the morning. And actually, Stefan was first, but he left to go to the restroom. And so let him understand what we're talking about. And go ahead, Clad.
So, can you say it again? You cut up.
Sorry. What kind of job are you interested in working in? What hours are you available, and about how many hours a week do you want to work?
Personally, I enjoy working in retail, so places like Safeway, Smart and Final, places like those.
And what do you see yourself doing there?
I want to be a bag boy as a start.
No boys in this classroom.
Well, that's what they nickname it. It's actually called a courtesy clerk.
There you go. Don't sell yourself short. Okay, so hold on. Sue just sent me something. Sue, I don't know where I get to that now. Oh, I know. Hold on. Let me go to the chat. There's something I wasn't asking right. Oh, and your wage desired. So Natasha, hold on. Yeah, let me go back to Natasha. Natasha, how much do you expect to make an hour?
I was thinking 400. I don't know.
400 an hour?
I was just trying to think because I'm just trying to think right now.
Well, I can tell you I don't make close to $400 an hour.
Oh.
That's a lot of money. You got to figure what's minimum wage now, guys? $15? How much?
Either 13 or 14.
13. Okay, so most times you're going to start a job, you're probably going to start close to minimum wage. Now, when we got our hire in the hospital, he started like way over double of that, but that isn't super common. So if you're working at $13 an hour full time, you're making about, before taxes, you're making about $520 a week, $520 a week. So that would be just that'd be like $2,000 for the month. So, do you want to change that answer, Natasha?
I was just trying to think. I'll just try to say that much or something. I was just trying to think because I kind of take a long time to think.
So let me see your hands. How many of you would be willing to start at a minimum wage job? Eleanor, are you willing to start at minimum wage?
I was just saying part time. Oh,
Jordan?
I'm willing to start at a minimum wage job.
Okay. Anybody else?
I'm willing to.
I would too.
Good. I see Sam down there. How about you, Devin? Would you be willing to start a job, or are you trying to hang out for more? I think you're frozen.
I can hear you.
All right, I can come back to you. I'm just trying to go through all of you and see if we can get these answered. Okay, so are we done, Clad?
No, you're still on me.
Okay, go ahead.
Let's see. We were at Smart and Final, and then I should probably just do wage. I'd probably just do minimum wage.
You willing to start there?
Yeah, it's a good starting point.
Okay. And how many kind of hours do you think you'd be able to work? Part-time,
Open to
full-time?
close at best.
Open to close.
Probably part time to start off.
Okay. And so what do you think that?
I guess I could focus. I could go full time.
So like when you say part-time, you thinking 20 hours, 18 hours, 25 hours?
20.
Okay. So
20 shouldn't be too bad.
Between 20 to 40 hours?
Yeah.
All right. Sue, you're taking notes, right? Sue looks
Is she?
frustrated. I'm trying to take some. You're taking some notes. Did you send me something?
Tyler did.
I sent you something.
Look in here real quick. Go ahead. Okay, Andrew, we're to you. What kind of job?
I was thinking probably at Eschaton Village over here in Carmichael.
Okay, so that's really limiting, right?
I know.
So would you be willing to work at other retirement homes as well?
Depends on which one.
Okay, so you have to think of these things, okay? Because if you pick only one place you're willing to work, I mean, try it for sure, and hopefully you get it, but that really limits your opportunities. So you got to try to look a little bit broader, okay? So if you were to work at Eschaton, for now, we can go with that. What hours would you be available?
I'd probably say I might want to start out part-time first and see how that goes.
Would you be willing to start at minimum wage?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, you know what? Everyone's getting a little restless. Why don't you all take 5 minutes, okay? If you need to
I have a standing desk, so I could easily stand up.
Yeah, so you can stand up, stretch your legs. Stefan will do questions as soon as we get back, okay? Let's
All
take 5 minutes. Right now it's 9:52. So I'd like to see you all back here at 9:57. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
That's funny. 'Cause I'm already stretching, so.
Yeah.
Don't move too much, or else you might get dizzy again.
Okay, this is
Get quiet.
chat time. This isn't chat time, okay? Take your 5 minutes. I can't walk away if you're all having conversation or I'll get in trouble. Okay? So let's all stop our video and put on our mute until 9:57. Okay? Good. Y'all get to stretch your legs?
Yep.
Yeet.
Hi, everyone. We still have about 1 more minute, so let's let the last couple get back, okay? Did it feel good to get up for a minute? Go ahead, Nathan.
I was gonna say yes, Miss Sherry. That's kind of where I get my answers from. Is from my dad because he's been working retail for a manager for about around 30 years.
That's
So
long.
he knows a lot about customer service and stuff. So pretty much anything I have to ask about like job interviews and stuff, I'll go to him.
Good. It's good to have those sources that we can pull from, right? Sounds like you have a really good one. All right, everybody, welcome back. So we were with Andrew. Andrew, could you put the phone down and have a seat, please? Andrew, can you please have a seat?
I was using my phone for Zoom, so.
Oh, okay. All right. All right, so Andrew, we left off on you. So Eschaton, you'd like to start part-time?
Yeah.
And so what does part-time look like to you? 20 hours, 15 hours?
That's a good question.
Okay, I've got 22 minutes to get through everybody here.
Yeah.
All right, then I can come back and I want you to think about how many hours, okay?
Let's do 15.
Hold on, I'm gonna call names, Stefan. Stefan, is your question super important? Because I'm gonna come to you too, okay?
Okay, no.
Okay, so you said 15 hours, Andrew?
Yeah.
Okay, so next I'm going to Tyler. Hi. Where are you hoping to start working? Okay. Well, and that is a great way to get a job if you're willing to work anywhere that's hiring, right? And for all of you who are willing to work during this pandemic, what kind of places are those? Okay. Also places like FedEx or like Amazon, they are booming. They are booming. In fact, they're opening a whole new Amazon distribution center in Roseville this year, I heard. Okay, so you work anywhere, a grocery store, a gas station. About how many hours are you looking to work? Okay, and any hours, or do you have limitations? Okay, and how much are you hoping to make? Okay, and it doesn't mean we have to limit ourselves to that, right? We can always try for higher jobs, but a lot of times when you get your first job, unless they do something kind of called job carving, where when we work with different agencies, like John's agency on the adult side, sometimes they have some really cool things where you can make more than minimum wage. Okay. Sam. Yeah, we're going to be able to hear you, Miss Sam. No. Can't hear you. Can you? Yeah. Did you hear from your employer yet when you start? You're muted. I'm glad you ordered headphones. Sam, I don't know that we're going to be able to hear you. No, it's really cutting up. That last word sounded good, but now you're muted again. Okay. Try it real quick.
Hear me now?
Just no.
Hear me now?
No, poor girl. Do me a favor and put it in chat. Okay? And so what Sue wants to know, I know where you're working is KFC, correct? And I believe you don't know your hours yet. And she wants you to type it. Okay? All right, so let's go to Devin.
I would get a part-time job at any type of store.
Any store? Any retail? Okay. What kind of hours do you mean by part-time?
I would say open to close.
Okay, good. And how much are you expecting to make?
I would say $20.
Okay, so what if they offered you 13? Would you take the job or would you turn it down?
Take the job.
Because most retail isn't going to start at $20 an hour. But we'll see if we can get some time to get John on here too. But let me try to get through all of you because Sue really needs this information. Okay, so oops, I just wrote yours on Sam. I got to fix my notes here. Okay, all right. So Eleanor, where do you hope to work?
I will choose A.
Okay. You're not paying attention, Eleanor. There's no more A's or B's. I'm asking you where you would like to get a job.
I want to get a job at in the hospital.
You're breaking up. Tell
She
me.
said hospital.
She said hospital.
Hospital, okay. What would you like to do in a hospital? What would you like to do in the hospital?
Cleaning
job. Okay. And do you want to work part-time or full-time?
Cleaning.
What's that? Part-time or full-time? You want to work like a little bit of hours or you want to work a lot of hours? You want to work every day? Anybody else getting that? Okay.
You can try and have her type it.
Can you type that, Eleanor? Good for you, Sam. That's exciting. Okay, can you type your answer? While you try and do that, I'm going to go to Jordan.
I would like to work at a restaurant, and I would like to work full-time.
Full-time where?
At a restaurant.
Okay, so one thing I wanted to talk to you about that, restaurants, I know you wanted to do that for a while, restaurants are having a very hard time during this pandemic, right? So a whole lot of people that work in restaurants are losing their jobs right now. Well,
Good to be an essential worker.
So people, right, most restaurants are only to go right now or outside dining. So they don't need as many employees really as they already have, and a lot are getting laid off. But fast food is having no problems, right? Because they have a drive-through that's not hurting them at all. Just something to think about for the moment, Jordan. So full-time at a restaurant, and what hours are you willing to work? Are you frozen, Jordan?
I feel like I could work and do school at the same time. Or do program at the same time.
Okay. So you'd like to work full-time and you're open to any hours?
Yeah. How much
do you expect to make?
Probably about $32 an hour.
You'd be willing to start at 13? Okay. All right. Nathan.
Are we talking about like dream job or just like?
We're talking about first job. We're talking about first job right now.
Oh,
but we could have another
first job?
conversation when we talk about future jobs.
Okay, because I was gonna say my dream job, my dream job, working in auto mechanics. But for my first job, I pretty much will do anything retail.
Okay, so ultimately an auto mechanic, but you're willing to start in retail. And you know there are a lot of different certificates you can get to be an auto mechanic,
Yes,
right? But that job, chances are, is going to take some training.
definitely. Yeah.
Okay, but for starting in retail, do you start looking at part-time or full-time?
I'll do for full time.
And what kind of hours are you available?
From any time in the morning till close. So
Okay, open to close. All right. Royce,
Yes.
what kind of job are you looking for?
I would prefer an office job. And I would like to start minimum wage. Better start small.
You're willing to start minimum wage and full. Royce has that. Royce types what your average, I think, is 48 words a minute. He is an excellent typer.
Wow.
Yeah, and Royce,
Impressive.
go ahead, Royce.
You're always the best at that.
I like working on my office. I like working on an office job because I just find working with office technology seems so peaceful and relaxing.
Okay. So, how many hours are you looking to work?
8 hours might do fine.
How many?
8.
8 hours?
Oh, jeez.
That's pretty minimal. So
Is that during the day or?
You mean? Oh, I meant a week. Sorry.
Week.
So full time is like 40 hours, and part time is less than that. But if you're saying 8 hours a day, that would mean full time.
Yeah.
Okay. So would you be willing to start with part time?
Yeah, I'll start part time. Might work around with you. See if I like it or don't.
Eleanor, let me ask you a little bit different. Do you think you'd like to work 10 hours a week, 20 hours a week, 30 hours, or 40 hours? I think how many? 10 hours a week. So you want to start really big. Okay, so what if
I will respond.
Okay, so 10 hours a week. Would you be willing? Would you be willing to work more if they wanted you to?
Possibly, yeah.
Possibly, yeah. Okay, so 10 hours plus. All right, Jonathan.
Can I bring something out real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
For what you're doing with Jordan, over in Bishop, California, there's actually a McDonald's that's hiring.
There's lots of McDonald's. That's what I'm saying. Fast food's not much of a problem right now, but she really wants to work in a restaurant, and that's what's a little bit more limiting. Doesn't mean it can't happen, but it's limited right now.
I know what you mean now.
I saw Nathan's hand up, and then we got to get back because I still have 2 more students. Go ahead, Nathan.
I was gonna say for wage, I'm willing to start at minimum wage.
Minimum?
I can't speak this morning. It's terrible.
I'm just playing
It's all right.
with you. Okay, Jonathan, what kind of job are you hoping to get?
McDonald's.
You like to work at McDonald's? Okay.
Yeah.
Would you work at any other kind of fast foods? Or only McDonald's?
Only McDonald's.
Okay, that's kind of limiting, right? But they often are hiring, so you have good possibilities there. Hold on, Andrew. Wait a minute. Okay, so Jonathan, do you want to work full time, like 40 hours a week, 8 hours every day, or do you want to work part time?
Part-time.
Part time. Okay. And what kind of hours would you be available?
4 hours.
1 hour?
1 hour.
Okay. No one's going to hire you guys with 1 hour. Okay. 2 hours is the minimum that they can even pay you for. So you have to be willing to work a little bit more than that. Are you willing to work like 4 hours? 2 hours? 3 hours? You need to give me more than 1 hour.
5 hours.
1 hour?
I heard him say 5.
Okay, so 1 to 5 hours a day. And how much money do you expect to get paid for that? Are you willing to work for minimum wage, $13 an hour, or do you need more?
More.
Okay, so you're not willing, if they offered you $13 an hour, you would say no? Or would you accept the job?
That's the job.
Okay, so you're willing to work for minimum, but you would like to make more. We always all want to make more, right? That's just the way that goes. Now, Stefan, I know you had to wait very patiently. You would have been first, but that was right when you went to the restroom. So, Stefan, what kind of job do you want to work at?
I would like to work at a cleaning job.
Cleaning job, like custodial?
Indeed. I help Sam. Sorry.
And that's a job that you can definitely get right now. There's a lot of all the extra cleaning that has to go on right now because of the pandemic. A lot of people are looking to hire people like you. So would you want to work part-time or full-time?
I would start at part-time.
Okay.
Just to get myself done.
Who's tapping their phone?
How many hours does that look like to you? Part-time, like how many hours a day?
I would say 4 or 5.
4 or 5 hours a day. And would you be willing to work any hours?
Yes.
So if they wanted you to come at 6 in the morning, you could be there?
Yeah, I could.
If they wanted you to be there at 10 o'clock at night, could you be there?
Yeah, my dad does it, so I can do it.
Okay. That's a great attitude. All right. And Sue, did I get everything answered? Oh, number of hours for Devin and Royce. Royce said he'd work part-time through full-time, but would kind of prefer to start part-time. And then, what was the other one? Devin said, Devin, about how many hours a week you think you'd be willing to work?
4 to 5.
A week or a day?
A week.
4 to 5 hours a week? That's not very many hours.
I was going to say.
Okay. So 5 hours a week before taxes, you would make $65. Is that
That's
enough?
not that bad.
That's before taxes, okay?
I know. I just said that's not bad.
After taxes, I don't know, you probably make about $50, $55 a week. Is that enough for you?
That's a pretty good amount.
4 through 5 a week? I mean, you can, you can start that way, but not a lot of jobs are going to put you through all the training and stuff if you're only willing to work that many hours. Okay, so you're going to stick with 4 to 5 hours a week? Or would you be willing to work more? This is Devin. Hold on, Royce, a minute, please. Devin, you going to answer the question? I can't hear you. Can you type it in there for Sue? Because we only have 4 minutes left. And I wanted to see if John had anything that he wanted to comment on about this conversation.
Yeah. So also something to consider is, do you guys get SSI? Because you're gonna only be able to work maybe like 4 or 5 hours a day.
Now, I kind of feel the opposite about that, John. I always think it's better to work than to get SSI. And
yeah, definitely.
So you're able to work a certain amount of hours a week without it affecting your SSI. That's not very much. I think it's like $50, $75, something like that. But after that, they only take, for every 2 hours you work, they take 1 hour away from your SSI. So you're always going to make more. If you end up getting a full-time job where you can no longer get your SSI, you can always get, if you lose your job, you can get SSI back. So that's do you have anything to rebut that with, John?
Right. Well, it's definitely better to be employed for sure than to not. It's definitely better to be getting your hours and be getting that experience for sure. Yeah. Also, I mean, some of you guys said 5 hours a week. You want to think about your bills that you have to pay, right? So if you have a phone bill that you got to pay, do you think you're going to be able to pay that with 5 hours a week?
And on top of that, really, if you're only willing to work 5 hours a week, chances are most companies are not going to hire you for that because they have to put in the time to train you, right? And they want to see the payoff in the end. And if their only payoff is you coming in for 5 hours a week, they're going to go next. Especially right now, do you know how many millions of people are on unemployment due to this pandemic? Millions of people are looking for jobs right now. So you need to be available and flexible and willing, right? Natasha, I saw your hand. We have 2 minutes to go. Go ahead, Natasha.
I was going to say something, but I think I kind of forgot.
Okay.
There was only 2 minutes, so I'd have to think really fast. I don't want
Sorry, I know that's
to eat everyone's time up, so that's why.
Okay. And Sam, you'll let us know your hours as soon as you know them, right? See Clad's hand up.
Sam looks tired.
Actually up. It's just in front of the camera.
Eleanor's tired.
Okay. Royce, did you have something to say?
Either way, I have a hand.
No? I thought you had your hand up earlier. No? Okay.
I have something to say.
Okay, go ahead, Clad.
Is anyone here participating in the unemployment plan? Or are they getting unemployment benefits?
You have to have had a job to be able to get unemployment. You can't just never have worked before and get unemployment.
So does, let me think, does workability count as a job or no?
Well, it's some experience to put on your resume.
Yeah, it kind of sort of is.
Because I wonder, do the jobs we get here or in other programs count as actual jobs that we've worked at before?
Well, they are work experience, and you did get to make some money. But the thing is, in workability, you're not actually hired by the company. You're getting
that's what worries me.
Right? So what you really want is to get hired by a company. But we also have opportunities to do like paid internships and more work experience, but still it's not the company that actually hires you for it. And that's what you want ultimately, right? There's nothing wrong with getting the experience and get paid some money along the way. That's for sure.
Definitely not.
Okay, listen up, everyone. We are out of time. Okay? So you're going to have your one-on-one meetings. And I'm going to see you again at 2:20 today.
Okay.
All right.
Any homework for today?
You're still working on the definitions lesson, correct?
Yeah.
Correct. I might need Sue to help me with that. So
you'll get your half hour. All right. Natasha's raising her hand here before we go. Go ahead.
I'm finished with the definitions.
I'm almost finished with mine.
Oh, my.
Same, but I need help.
Okay. Well, you'll get your check-ins today, okay? And they will help you. If you are done with everything, then you're okay. I'm not going to assign anything more today. Okay, because I'm trying to keep us
All right.
close to one page or same page, right? And if I start going ahead with other people, that's going to get a little confusing. As we get
Good.
further into the program, that might change. Okay, but for now, I'm going to keep you on the assignments that you're working on, and you'll have one-on-ones today for anything you need. Okay, and as always, you can email or call me if you have questions for me. Okay. I will see you all later.
We lost Jordan. I don't see
Bye.
Jordan.
He's gone.
All right, we're all exiting now.
Okay.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. See you later. Enjoy your